Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. We'll talk about romance in animes, movies, and TV shows. Today we'll be talking about the romance slash action slash thriller movie Back in Action. Right, I just watched it and I gotta say it's trash. It's terrible. It's a terrible movie. I checked the IMDb rating and I was like 6 or below 6. It's terrible, terrible movie. But I'll just explain what the movie's about. Right, so the movie's about two spies, right? So at the beginning they're in a mission. So it's Emily and Matt. So they're on a mission together, and then they affect their deaths. Like they jump off a plane, it explodes, but then they land safely, right? And both of them look at each other and like, you know what? It's just going to retirement. It's time to retire. So they're going to retirement in some suburban area. Then they have children. Children go to school and whatnot. They have a teenage daughter, and the son's like 10, 11, right? And then so basically they get exposed in terms of like they are still alive, right? Basically the and the follow parents follow them there, and then they're seen by video camera, right? So they're and then the people who were after them before are coming after them now, but since now they have a family, they run away, they everything they that's necessary to escape. But then they're found. Obviously, they go to the grandmother of the wife, Emily, right? And then her and the grandmother have like a bad relationship. So that's basically what happened. But I'm gonna be honest, this movie is pretty bad, and I'll explain why. Right? I feel like the chemistry between Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz wasn't the best. Right? They didn't even kiss in any 1 hour 30 movie. You'd expecting like people would be kissing all the time, but they don't kiss at all. I feel like they're with that. I feel like there's a distance. There's a distance between them. Like there's no chemistry, tangible chemistry between them. If since I watched the movie, I felt like it's kind of forced in terms of like, oh, we need a let's get like two famous actors and try to like carry the movie, right? And like you can't put a good cast of like good actors, give them a bad plot, and then tell them to do certain things and expect it to be a good movie, right? And so the acting wasn't even that good, to be honest. Most of the time they just like in a car, running away, in houses, stuff like the settings. Like at the beginning, it's like action. Then we skip a bit, right? Like maybe a quarter through the movie, there's a bit of action. We skip again halfway through this action, and then at the end there's action. And action, not really much action going on, as they say. So yeah, the movie is not that good. Positives hard to find, honestly. Positives for the movie. It also was good to see Cameron Diaz. I loved her in like Shrek. She was pretty good playing Fiona. She's been in another great movies, right? It's better to talk about the other movies she's been in than this movie, right? I wonder, like, did she read the script before she did the movie? But maybe they offered her a lot of money. Jamie Foxx as well. Maybe he was also offered a lot of money. Then I was like, all right, let's do it. But God, may God help us. That movie, I don't even know how it was like made. Like, did writers like sit in a room, write the script, and say, "Is this good? Do people think people will watch this?" I think that when they were making the script, they actually said, "You know what? It doesn't need to be good. We just get Jamie Foxx and Cameron Diaz to do it." And then they're like, "Can we afford it? We can afford it. Then there's no need for good storytelling, right? Let's do it." Yeah, do the storytelling. It's kind of boring, right? It's just very dragged storyline. The actor from the chat. I feel like if you have famous actors who know what they're doing, you don't need to be a good actor to to help the movie along. But the children did like a decent job, right? So it's not like if they did a good performance or bad one, this doesn't really matter, does it? And then I don't know the way they got, so the kids get kidnapped, right? When they went to the grandma's house and they have to go save the kids. I don't know. I feel like you could just kill the kids. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't kill kids, but in terms of plot, like that's more interesting. But I guess we gotta make it family friendly, I guess. But terrible movie. in terms of the romance, there really wasn't any. There really wasn't any romance. I don't even know why did you consider it a romance movie, but I guess there's a couple, so I had to talk about it. So, but yeah, those are my thoughts about the movie. Really, in terms of if would I recommend you guys to watch it? No, don't watch that. That's just a waste of time. I was actually gonna, sorry, I was gonna actually really bored watching it. It was so bad, so bad. I was like, I think it was a 1 hour in. I was like, when is it ending? I was just watching the clock. I was like, when is this ending? Just looking at the clock there, but it didn't end. So I just had to finish it. There's some movies where it's so boring. You have to like you said, walking through mud, right? Like like knee deep in mud, and you're trying to like just get to the other side, right? That's how I felt watching this movie, really. But let's just never do this again. Let's not get good actors to try to carry a bad movie. It doesn't work. Nobody wants to see it, right? I mean, some people are fans of the two actors, so I guess they're gonna see it. But for like general review,